Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. Well, today is the big day, and by the time you receive this, macOS version 11, or Big Sur, should be out, or at least out by the end of the day. Big Sur is another major revision to macOS, and as with all new releases, you really need to make some preparations before committing to install it. Now, rather than reinvent the wheel, I'd recommend that you take a look at the 10-minute tip video 880 I prepared last year for the Catalina update. All the recommendations are exactly the same as for the Big Sur update. If you think it's time to make a fresh start and decide to install a brand new installation of Big Sur rather than an upgrade of your existing system, I'd also recommend checking out show 884, where Alison takes you through the process of what's called a nuke and pave. Again, the principles are exactly the same as for Big Sur as they were for Catalina. Finally, before we jump in, I'd just like to give my usual warning that you really need to be sure that the time is right for you to install this version of macOS. It's possible that your critical third-party apps may not quite be ready, or you may well be advised to wait for the first point release before taking the plunge. So, with that all said, let's take a first look at macOS Big Sur. Now, just to set the scene, I'm running Big Sur on my 2016 MacBook Pro, and to allow this tutorial to be published on the same day as the Big Sur release, I'm actually running the last beta before the release date was announced. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the redesign. Taking on some of the design features of iOS, the new macOS has a fresh, new, vibrant look, along with some performance enhancements. Now, I'm just using the standard Big Sur desktop wallpaper. Down at the bottom, we have a new floating dock with a slightly redesigned look to it. You'll notice that the icons have these rounded corners now. Some of them I don't believe are the final icons. This one looks a bit fuzzy to me, but as this is the beta, we can forgive that. What I will do, though, is I will go down here and I will hide the dock as I usually do. So let's turn hiding on so that doesn't distract us and we have the full screen to work with. Now, transparency is back. You'll notice we have a semi-transparent menu bar here across the top. It's a bit redder here and a bit bluer here. If I load up a window, let's load up a Finder window. The windows have these rounded corners, and we'll talk more about the sidebar and the toolbar a little bit later on. Now, there is a slight tint of the wallpaper in some of the windows, which is by default on, but you can switch this off in System Preferences. If I load up System Preferences and go to General, again, we'll see some new icons within System Preferences, but there is an option here to allow wallpaper tinting in Windows. If I switch that off, you'll see it's gone a bit grayer, so it's a very subtle hint of a tint within the window. Let's leave it on for now. You'll notice the sidebar as well. If I drag this across, it's slightly translucent in that you can see the desktop wallpaper behind it. But let's start off by taking a look at some of the new features within the menu bar. That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS-related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit screencastsonline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.